The phone buzzed on the nightstand. A sharp rattle against the silence of 2 a.m. My heart lurched, not from hope but from dread. The kind that coils in your gut when you know something's wrong before you even look. I reached for it, the screen's glow slicing through the dark like a blade. A single text from Elise. I can't do this. The wedding's off. I'm sorry. My chest tightened, air thinning as if the room had been vacuumed out. I typed back, fingers trembling, my condolences. Then, without thinking, I forwarded her message to her sister, Claire. My thumb hovered over the screen, a flicker of spite mingling with the ache. I didn't expect what came next. The apartment was suffocating, the air heavy with the scent of lavender candles Elise loved, but I always found cloying. Her side of the bed was still made, the pillow untouched for weeks. I told myself it was wedding stress. Her late nights at the office, her clipped responses, the way her laugh had turned brittle. But now, staring at her text, the truth clawed its way up. This wasn't stress. This was betrayal. And I'd been too blind to see it. I paced the hardwood floor, the creak of each step echoing like a heartbeat. My mind replayed every moment, searching for cracks I'd ignored. The way she'd linger on her phone, screen tilted just out of view. The work dinners that stretched past midnight. The perfume on her coat, sharp, unfamiliar, not hers. I'd rationalized it all, because love makes you stupid, makes you cling to the lie that everything's fine even when it's crumbling. Claire's reply came fast. What the hell? Call me. Now. Her voice, when I did, was a mix of fury and panic, words tumbling over each other. She's been acting weird for months, Nate. I thought it was cold feet, but this isn't her. I wanted to believe her, wanted to think Elise was just scared, but the pit in my stomach said otherwise. Claire's next words were a whisper. She's been spending a lot of time with Ryan. Ryan. Her coworker. The guy with the easy smile and the handshake that lingered too long. My blood ran cold. I drove to Elise's apartment, the city blurring past in streaks of neon and shadow. The radio played some sappy love song, and I slammed it off, the silence louder than the music. Her building loomed ahead, a gray monolith under a sky bruised with clouds. I didn't know what I'd say, only that I needed to see her face, to know if the woman I loved was gone for good. Her door was ajar, a sliver of light spilling into the hall. My pulse thundered as I pushed it open. The living room was a mess, wine glasses on the coffee table, one tipped over, a red stain bleeding into the rug. Her heels were kicked off by the couch, next to a pair of men's loafers I didn't recognize. The air smelled of that sharp perfume, now unmistakable, suffocating. My heart was a fist, pounding against my ribs. Elise. My voice cracked, raw and unsteady. No answer, but a soft thud came from the bedroom. I moved toward it, each step heavier, like wading through quicksand. The door was half open, and there she was, sitting on the edge of the bed, her hair tangled, her eyes wide with something that wasn't quite guilt but wasn't innocence either. Ryan stood by the window, shirt unbuttoned, his face a mask of defiance. Nate, Elise said, her voice small, like she was trying to shrink into the floor. You weren't supposed to be here. Clearly, I said, the word sharp enough to cut. My eyes flicked to Ryan, who didn't move, didn't speak, just stared like I was the intruder. The room spun, the walls closing in, the air thick with betrayal. I wanted to scream, to break something, but all I could do was stand there, drowning in the wreckage of us. Why? I finally asked, the question tearing out of me. Her lips parted, but no words came. She looked at Ryan, then back at me, and in that glance I saw it all. The months of lies, the stolen moments, the life we'd planned unraveling like a cheap sweater. How long? I pressed, my voice low, dangerous. 6 months, she whispered, and it was a knife to the chest. 6 months. Half a year of her smiling at me, planning our future, while she was building another one with him. I thought of the ring I'd spent months choosing, the vows I'd written, the way I'd imagined growing old with her. All of it, Ash. Ryan stepped forward, his voice calm, like he was reasoning with a child. Nate, man, it just happened. We didn't plan it. I wanted to punch him, to wipe that smug rationality off his face, but I didn't. Instead, I laughed, a bitter, broken sound that startled even me. You didn't plan it? I said, turning to Elise. You didn't plan to lie to me every day? To let me think we were okay? Her eyes filled with tears, but they didn't move me. They felt like a performance, a last-ditch effort to keep me from walking away. I still love you, she said. And it was the cruelest thing she could have said. Love. The word felt like a mockery now, a hollow shell of what it used to mean. I looked at her, really looked, and saw someone I didn't know anymore. The woman who'd laughed with me over late-night pizza, who'd cried in my arms when her dad got sick, was gone. Or maybe she'd never existed. I turned to leave, but Ryan grabbed my arm. Don't do anything stupid, man. His grip was firm, his eyes hard. I shook him off, my voice steady now, cold as ice. You don't get to tell me what to do. Outside, the air was sharp, cutting through the fog in my head. I sat in my car, hands shaking on the steering wheel, and pulled out my phone. Claire had texted again. I found something. Meet me at the cafe on 5th. I didn't want to go, didn't want to face more truths, but I drove anyway, the city a blur of lights and pain. The cafe was dim, the kind of place where secrets feel safe. Claire was at a corner table, her face pale, a laptop open in front of her. She slid it toward me without a word. On the screen was an email thread, forwarded from Elise's account. Claire had her sister's password, a relic of their close days. The emails were between Elise and Ryan, months of them, detailing plans, flirtations, promises. One line burned into my skull. I'll tell him after the wedding's off. I just need time. Time. She'd needed time to unravel me, to dismantle the life we'd built. I felt sick, the coffee in my stomach turning to acid. Claire reached for my hand, but I pulled back, too raw to be touched. She was going to string you along, Claire said, her voice thick with anger. She was going to let you think it was your fault. I didn't speak. I couldn't. The betrayal wasn't just Elise's. It was the way I'd betrayed myself, ignoring every sign, every gut instinct. I'd wanted to believe in her so badly I'd lied to myself. And now here was the truth, undeniable, a wound that wouldn't close. I stood, leaving Claire with her laptop and her pity. Outside, the rain had started, cold and relentless, soaking through my jacket. My phone buzzed again, another text from Elise. Can we talk? Please. I stared at it, the words blurring through the rain on the screen. Then I deleted it, and with it, the last piece of her I'd been holding on to. But as I walked away, a new message appeared, not from Elise but from an unknown number. You deserve to know the whole truth. Meet me at the pier midnight. My heart stuttered. The whole truth. What could be worse than this? And yet, I knew I'd go, because some part of me, broken, foolish, desperate, still needed answers, even if they'd destroy me.